I don't need to tell you the troubles I've had. My limit for self-destruction had no boundaries. That is, however, until I met you. You have the patience of a saint, but not only have you been patient, you've always been there. You've always cared about me, made sacrifices for me, and every day of these last 6 years I've cared about you too. When I first met you, I was scared. I was scared that I'd one day wake up and this would all just be one big dream. Because how come I'm so lucky? What have I done to deserve someone so kind, so gentle and caring? So beautiful, both when you're preparing to go out or whether you're just waking up, you're always beautiful. You have never had mental health training. Statistically, 1 in 4 of us will become mentally unwell. Those of you who are in that bracket, you need love. But outside of love, hope is the most powerful word in the English dictionary. And the 1 in 4 of us need hope more than anything else. You gave me hope. It is not something I've always possessed. This is hard for me to say. Something you did not know about me is that before you, I prayed that I wouldn't wake up in the morning, that God would take me whilst I slept. Now, because of you, I pray every day that we grow old together.
Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres.
So going back to why I want to marry Alex, while he completes me, he's my best friend and he brings out the best in me. He makes me immensely happy. He's the kindest person that you will ever meet, and I'm not just saying that. Even if he's having a bad day himself, he will go out of his way to help other people, and he is a true gentleman. He's so selfless and he strives to make me happy. When we was planning our wedding, I asked him for his contributions. The response I got was, just have whatever makes you happy. It's not because he couldn't be bothered, it's the fact that he actually wanted to see me happy. Alex is the strongest, most resilient person that I know. I know I couldn't cope with the amount of challenges that he's faced over the years, and for him to still be standing with a smile on his face amazes me.
I, Alex, take you, Laura,
I, Alex, take you, Laura,
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part.
till death us do we part.
I, Laura, take you, Alex,
I, Laura, take you, Alex,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death us do part.
till death us do part.
Laura, I give you this ring
Laura, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
With my body I honour you.
With my body I honour you.
All that I am I give to you.
All that I am I give to you.
And all that I have I share with you.
And all that I have I share with you.
Within the love of God,
Within the love of God,
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Alex, I give you this ring
Alex, I give you this ring
as a sign of our marriage.
as a sign of our marriage.
With my body I honour you.
With my body I honour you.
All that I am I give to you.
All that I am I give to you.
And all that I have I share with you.
All that I have I share with you.
Within the love of God,
Within the love of God,
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
In the presence of God and before this congregation, Laura and Alex have given their consent and made their marriage vows to each other. They have declared their marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of rings. I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife. Those whom God has joined together, let no one put asunder. You can applaud if you want to.
One night a man had a dream. He dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene he noticed two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path of his life there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest time of his life. This really bothered him and he questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I have noticed during the most troublesome times in my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why when I needed you most, you would leave me. The Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you.
One of my favourite moments of our relationship was when we began to get serious. We had introduced each other to our friends and to each other's family, and there was just one more thing to do: meet each other's friends. Or in my case, show you off to my friends. At first they couldn't believe it. 6 years later, they still can't believe it. See, I'm not bad looking. But there's no doubt in anybody's mind that I'm punching. You're visually pleasing and nice to look at. You're fun to be around, and most of all, you bring happiness to everyone you come in contact with.
Alex was coming home saying that there's this girl that he knew, and he was sort of playing it down a little bit, but we knew that this was a girl that Alex had set his heart on, and he eventually plucked up courage to ask Laura on a date. Now I believe, Alex being Alex, he asked Laura on a double date. So Laura's first date with Alex was with Alex's Keeley, who happened to be Laura's boss, and Keeley's partner, now husband at the time, was Keeley's boss. So Laura's first date was with Alex, her boss, and her boss's boss. So you can imagine the dynamics there.
Initially, when Alex was first trying to pursue me, all those years ago, we were texting and we discussed the different qualities that we were looking for in a partner, as you do. So I sent a quick response, tall, dark and handsome. But he had to think outside the box. And he had to be original. And 6 years on, I've still got that text message that he sent to me. And just to embarrass him, I'm going to read a few. I'm going to quote a few of the qualities that Alex looks for in a girl. He said, she has to be beautiful, but not generically beautiful, just beautiful to me, with all of her imperfections and all. She has to be patient because I'm trying my best. She has to laugh at my jokes. She has to never be afraid to tell me the truth, no matter how painful it is. She has to have low confidence so I can help her to build it up by telling her 1,000 ways to tell her how beautiful she is. She has to be loyal to her friends and her family. I want to know all the people in her life that make her happy. I don't know who this girl was that you were talking about all those years ago, but I hope you found what you were looking for when you married me.
So I've articulated past and present, now it's time for the future. If I'm blessed with 60 years with you, and if them 60 years are filled with half as much love, half as much joy, half as much blessing as the last 6 have been, I would be the world's luckiest man. It is said that nobody is perfect, but the more I get to know you, the more I know that statement is mistaken. Here's a promise I'll make to you today. I don't deserve you. There's not a man on earth who does. But I will promise right now, every day, to show you how much you mean to me. I have tried my best to show how much of an impact you've made on my life, how lost I was before you, how lucky I am to have you in my life. Thank you for being you. Thank you for who you make me. I love you, Laura Balcon, and I always will. May God richly bless you all.